Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I'm back with some more poems because I hope you remember that April is National Poetry Month, and that's why I'm doing all of these videos. I again have our book, Kids Pick the Funniest Poems, edited by Bruce Lansky. And we are going to be starting the school category today, or like section. I have just 2 poems again today, but they're a little bit longer. And our first one is called Confession, and it is actually written by Bruce Lansky, the guy who edits the book. So, Confession. I have a brief confession that I would like to make. If I don't get it off my chest, I'm sure my heart will break. I didn't do my reading. I watched TV instead, while munching cookies, cakes, and chips, and cinnamon raisin bread. I didn't wash the dishes. I didn't clean the mess. Now there are roaches eating crumbs, 1,000,000, more or less. I didn't turn the TV off. I didn't shut the light. I just think of all the energy I wasted through the night. I feel so very guilty. I did a lousy job. I hope my students don't find out that I am such a slob. So that one has a funny twist at the end, where it's actually written from the perspective of the teacher. I like to think that I'm not quite that much of a disaster. I know that I've, shown you how much of a mess I can be in my life, but I definitely don't just leave crumbs and food on plates and things like that all over the house. And my TV has this feature where it has sleep mode, and I can set it to turn off after like an hour or 30 minutes or whatever. So I'm pretty good at remembering to set that timer before I fall asleep, so I'm not wasting too much energy either. But this teacher sounds like even more of a mess than me, if you can believe that. And our next poem for today is called Mrs. Stein. If you take a look at the picture here that I will put in the video, I'm guessing that Mrs. Stein comes from the name Frankenstein. The green monster guy, like from Halloween time. Based on the picture here and what her hair looks like, that kind of reminds me of Frankenstein. Mixed with what her name is, Mrs. Stein. This one is by Bill Dodds. So, Mrs. Stein. The school bell rings, we go inside. Our teacher isn't there. Maybe she's sick, her pet cries out. Yeah, right, as if I'd care. I have a D in language arts. My grade in math is the same, and now my teacher might be sick. Could be I'm part to blame. She doesn't like me, that's a fact. I wouldn't tell a lie. She says stuff like, "You're very smart, but you don't even try." I start to laugh. My teacher's sick, and boy, I'm feeling fine, when someone kicks the door right in. And there stands Frankenstein. She's 6'8", her dress is black, she's wearing combat boots. I start to gasp, she growls and says, "I'll be your substitute." The teacher's pet is whimpering. She doesn't stand a chance. The smart kid stares and points and faints, and the bully wets his pants. My name is Mrs. Stein, she says, and every student cringes. She leans the door against the wall. She's knocked it off its hinges. Now let's begin. You there, stand up. She looks me in the eye. I try to move. My legs won't work. I know I'm going to die. In one big step, she's next to me, and she does more than hover. She blocks the sun. It's dark as night. My classmates run for cover. Now get up to the board, she says. I'd like to see some action. Pick up the chalk. Explain to us division of a fraction. I leap away to save my life. This time I really try. I think and think and think and croak, invert and multiply. Correct, she says. I breathe again and head back for my chair. You freeze, she shouts, and I stop cold. And don't go anywhere. This all begins at 9 o'clock. I fight to stay alive. It seems to last 1,000,000 years. The clock says 9:05. That's just 300 seconds. And then my turn is through. She points at every one of us. Now you, now you, now you. We all get nailed this awful day. There's nowhere we can hide. The lunch bell rings. We cannot eat. We simply crawl outside. We can't believe the other kids who run and play their games. Not us who have big Mrs. Stein. Our world is not the same. The bell has tolled. I must go in. My time on earth is through. I'll leave this on the playground. Here's what you have to do. You must listen to your teacher and pray her health is fine. Or one day soon you'll hear the words, my name is Mrs. Stein. So that was kind of a silly one about a substitute teacher that the kids clearly did not like. So I guess that goes to show that you should not take your time with your real teacher for granted, or else you might end up with someone who's way worse. And those are our 2 poems for today. I hope that you enjoyed them, or, at least got a little giggle out from them. I will be back tomorrow with 4 more poems from the school category in our book here. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.